Oops, I did it again. I took two X's. It's wow in my face all night long. Partying, 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 partying. Like this won't stop. This flow has to keep going every single day. This move has to be done. When I take two X's, you know that is perfect. It's perfect for my mind. It gets going every single day. This movement in the bed, it gets this going. I'm pumping, I'm pumping, I'm pumping like a party in my mind. You got to understand this flow is so fine. When I take two X's, when I have two at the same time, it's just a motion of love in my mind. You got to understand this two X's got the flow. This two X's has the mind, the capability to put this together for my mind. So I blow my mind off with this music in this track. So it gets so fine. It blows my mind again. Two X's is so fine. You know, this is a flow of movement you need in your mind. You put this in your breath. When you take a moment to breathe, you gotta understand this two X's. It's literally explosion. It's literally a movement of experience. Put it into the dance floor, getting your body moving with the gals. You got to understand when you take this two X's, you gotta put it out there. Put this beat, this track, it's gotta make sense. It's gotta be the right thing. It's gotta be the right mood. It's gotta get the moment going every single time when it says two X's. You know that's got sex appeal. You know that's two X's. You got to understand it's like a role model. You know, like a model, like a statue. Two X's. You got to understand this flow of mind. You gotta feel it. You gotta be in the moment, on that present where you are. If you're sitting or standing, you got to understand two X's. You got to understand those X's. You got to understand and understand again. This move of mine, you got to understand when I pop this two in my mind. This is like a flow of energy in my body. Understand, this is a mood. I don't want to go away. I want it for the rest of my life. And when I wake up again, two X's, you got to understand this flow is trying to get you to a point of mind, of feelings, of putting this together for the sexy girls. They're so bad and I love it. Like two X's, you got to understand when a girl is a model, you gotta give her those respect of two X's. Pardon me for a second because I just had to take two X's. You got to understand this flow of mine, this mood I am putting together. You got to understand this flow of mine. This is such a way of doing two X's. It's a state of mind and I love it every single day. Feeling this X of mine and I don't want it to go away. Two X's. You got to understand this flow of mine is trying to put a beat of literally two X's. You got to understand and understand again and again every single day. When you put this in your mind, two X's. You got to understand it's a pillar of proudness. You got to understand it's a flow of the mind. When you have multiple souls, like physical and mental, two X's. And when you mix it the right way, you got to understand two X's. This is so much love I need to share in so little time. Two X's. You got to get this mood on the move, on the move, on the dance floor, because your move is two X's. The curves is so fine when it hits the floor, and you go wow because it's two X's. It blows your mind and again and again and again because it's two X's. You got to understand to the X because it's so much love you got to share. You got to understand when this blood goes to the penis, it's so fine when it blows my mind away. Two X's. So much love. Peace. I'm out because it's two X's.